If you are looking to get your very own HDB BTO flat, honestly, it feels a bit like trying to win the lottery, isn't it? But there are actually quite a few things you can do to boost your chances, and it's not all just about pure luck. It's also about being smart and strategic with your application. One of the biggest pieces of advice you'll often hear, and it's a very popular one, is to consider applying for projects in non-mature estates. Now, I know what you're thinking. Everybody wants to live in a mature estate, right? They got all the amenities, the MRT lines are already established, and they feel a bit more hip. But that's exactly why they are so popular, and that popularity translates into really high application rates. When a BTO project in a mature estate gets 100 applicants for every single flat, your chances naturally go down significantly. Non-mature estates, on the other hand, might not have all the bells and whistles just yet, but they are often up and coming. They might be a bit further out, perhaps still developing the transport links or amenities, but these lower demands means your odds of securing a flat are much better. Think about it. If there are only 2 or 3 applicants for every flat, you are already in a much stronger position. And these areas often get better over time, so you could be looking at a place with good appreciation potential as well. For singles specifically, the suggestion to apply in non-mature areas is more nuanced, and it should not be taken at face value. Singles need to be aware of how many 2-room flexi units that will be allocated to first-time singles before applying for a BTO. You see, HDB has this rule whereby at least 40% of the 2-room flexi will be allocated to seniors. And there's a caveat that they put. It is subjected to a minimum of 100 units on each project. So, you have to pay attention to how many 2-room flexi is offered on each BTO project before you apply for a certain town. But there is this new scheme called Family Care Scheme Proximity or FCS Proximity that singles can take advantage of because single children can now enjoy priority when applying for a new flat to live with or near their parents, just like what married children have been enjoying all along. If you want to know more about this family care scheme, check out my other videos in this channel. Now, let's talk about a very clever trick that many seasoned BTO applicants swear by, which is waiting until the very last day of the application period. You see, HDB updates the application rates for all the different BTO projects and also SBF on their website every day. This is actually a goldmine of information. Note that applying for BTO is not on first-come, first-served basis. So actually applying on day 1 does not give you any advantage. Waiting, on the other hand, allows you to see how the competition is shaping up. Imagine if you are eyeing a few different towns. Maybe there's one in a mature estate you really fancy, and then a couple of other options, maybe in mature or non-mature estates that you would also be happy with. Throughout the application window, keep a close eye on those application rates. For example, you might notice that for Town A, it has a ridiculously high application rate, making your chances slim. But then you notice that, hey, how come Town B have a surprisingly lower application rate? And this is where the last day strategy comes in. On that final day, you will have the clearest picture of which town and even which specific flat types have the lowest number of applicants. If you are flexible with your choices and have a few areas in mind, you can then make an informed decision to apply for the one with the best odds. It's like playing a game of poker, but with your future home on the line. You want to see as many cards as possible before you place your final bet. Just remember, if you decide to change your town or flat type within the sales period, you'll need to cancel your existing application and reapply, which incurs a small administrative fee. So have your backup options ready, but make your final decision wisely after observing the trends. Beyond choosing a less competitive location and timing your application, there are other factors that can seriously boost your ballot chances. Being a first-timer applicant is a huge advantage. HDB prioritizes first-timer families, giving them additional ballot chances and setting aside a significant portion of the flats just for them. So if you are a first-timer, you are already starting with a leg up. Then there are various priority schemes. If you fall under any of these, your chances improve even higher. So for example, there's a married child priority scheme, gives you a higher chance if you apply for a flat within 4 kilometers of your parents' home, or even better, if you apply to live with them in the same BTO project under the multi-generation priority scheme. And there's also the parenthood priority scheme. That's also another big one, helping first-timer married couples who are expecting a child or already have children. And if you have 3 or more children, the third child priority scheme can also come into play. It's really worth looking into all these schemes to see if you qualify, because they can make a significant difference. Ultimately, securing a BTO flat in Singapore often requires a blend of patience, flexibility, and smart strategy. While luck always plays a part in a ballot system, by picking less popular locations, carefully monitoring application rates, and applying on the last day, and also leveraging any priority schemes you qualify for, you can significantly tilt the odds in your favor. But what if you have applied for a BTO multiple times but never gotten lucky so far? It is completely understandable to feel disheartened when you have applied for a BTO flat multiple times, especially as a single person and haven't had any luck. The BTO journey can be a long and emotionally taxing one, and there comes a point for many people where they start to wonder whether it's time to change course and consider resale HDB instead. This when to move on moment is deeply personal, and there isn't a magic number tries that dictates when you should stop. For example, for some people, it might be after 3 unsuccessful attempts. For others, it could be 5, it could be 7, or even more. It really depends on your individual circumstances, how much longer you are willing to wait, and how much the process is impacting your life and plans. To figure out your own threshold, it helps to honestly assess a few things. How urgent is your housing needs? Are you comfortable with the current living situation for the foreseeable future? Or is the desire to have your own space becomes more pressing? Consider the opportunity cost of continuing to apply for BTOs. Every application means time spent researching, waiting, and potentially delaying other life plans such as marriage or starting a family if that's on your horizon. And also think about your financial situation. Are you consistently meeting the income ceiling, or are there changes that might make other housing options more viable? It's about weighing the emotional toll and practical implications against the persistent hope of securing a BTO. If you find yourself continuously hitting the wall, even with all the strategies, it might be a sign to explore other avenues more seriously. The good news is that BTOs are not the only path to home ownership in Singapore. Resale HDB flats offer faster occupancy and a wider range of locations, though of course they come with different price points and different grant structure. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye. To get exclusive contents and support my work, click the join button to be part of the online family. Your support means a lot to keep us independent. Don't forget to join the membership, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye bye.